It's good to have like the whole operating system of whatever financial ecosystem you're trying to build all on the same layer. I'm a big believer of like composability. I think it's like one of the biggest reasons why DeFi should exist.
Yeah.
If you believe there are reasons. And without that, I feel like it's harder to justify why you wouldn't just build a centralized exchange. Obviously there's like custody and a few other small things here and there, but yeah, it just adds another dimension to that argument. People really wanted to build an order book exchange on Ethereum. Like it's always been this like holy grail of what you can build in DeFi.
It is a holy grail, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, we don't need these centralized websites. Let's go and build something where the coins can talk to each other and we don't need to trust anyone. That's like the holy grail.
Yeah, for sure. And I think just because of Ethereum's limitations, people sort of built around those limitations and sort of settled for simpler programs like an automated market maker. And that sort of became the standard or the norm for like decentralized exchanges.
Like the Uniswaps of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like Solana makes it possible to have these traditional concepts that everyone's familiar with in finance, to actually have those on chain, which is the reason why Zeta started building on Solana in the first place.
Yeah. And the cool thing about Solana as well is that, you know, everything's addressable on the same layer. This is what I always say is like, people think, oh, what about an L2 or something? But an L2 is like its own little thing and it's not connected to the underlying L1. So I can't write a contract that goes and queries it or does something over there. Like I have to cross a bridge and there's a timing and can't get money out and blah, blah, blah. And also like it just might be slow or suboptimal, like that whole process. Whereas Solana, like everything's on the same layer, right? So totally makes sense for trading applications.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to have like the whole operating system of whatever financial ecosystem you're trying to build all on the same layer, because then by default, everything can just talk to each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a big believer of like composability. I think it's like one of the biggest reasons why DeFi should exist.
Yeah.
If you believe there are reasons. And without that, I feel like it's harder to justify why you wouldn't just build a centralized exchange. Obviously there's like custody and a few other small things here and there, but yeah, it just adds another dimension to that argument.
Yeah, composability is amazing, right? Because let's say you take a token that maybe is MSOL or SCN Sol or something like that. It's a token which maybe has a yield associated with it because of validators and blah, blah, blah. But it's a token which exists, and then maybe you could even put that on Zeta and then you could trade options against that. So it's not just like there is some embedded sort of yield going to that token, and then you build another product on top of that, and then maybe someone else comes along and builds another product. Like I think at Step, we are interacting with Zeta, of course, and showing people their positions in the dashboard and so on. So yeah, that composability is really cool because you can like, you know, stack all of these different layers and do other like cool stuff, which you literally cannot do. Like I cannot like trade on FTX and then execute in the same order, like an order on Binance, like connected together.
Yeah.
You know, they're separate things.
Yeah, you have to like build around it to do anything like that.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons we wanted to build the whole exchange on chain. So we use Serum as the order book for the DEX.
Yep.
And we also built the risk engine and the margin system. It was all built on chain, which allows like anyone who wants to build an application on top of Zeta, they don't need our permission to do anything. Like they can literally just build whatever they want.
Yeah, right. That's pretty cool.
That's the power of composability, right?
Yeah.
It just makes it open. It's part of the reason why we're doing this in the first place and why we're so excited about DeFi.